letra, cabros, así que yo no puedo cantar si no me sé algo.
every time I come up here, I'm speaking on what has happened in the week, what has happened in my life, what is going on currently. Quite frankly, there are so many people that have been so upset about Martin Luther King Day that why are these people getting arrested? What are y'all doing? Monday of MLK Day was not even his birthday. What are y'all doing?
They're fucking pussies!
Let me tell you something. First of all, this is the day that the country acknowledges, Monday was the country acknowledging or somewhat acknowledging Martin Luther King Jr.'s life. So I was out on that day. I don't need to be out on the actual day of his birthday because I'm black. I'm going to be out here on the day that the country is allegedly trying to honor his life. So I'll be out on that day. And while I was out on that day, we were attacked and brutalized. What we need to acknowledge, what we truly need to acknowledge, is that when we're doing nothing, we have the most to say. But when we're doing something, we're doing something, so I have no fucking time to be talking about y'all.
Speak!
That's the reality of it.
Speak! Speak!
I'm doing something. I have seen the oppression. I have chosen not to be put in this society that only allows me to be a sex worker, quite frankly. Black trans women are only supposed to be sex workers. And let me tell you something, there's so much beauty in sex working. There's so much. But I don't want to be a sex worker. I don't want to be a sex worker. I don't want to have to be forced to be a sex worker the same way white women don't want to be forced into just cooking and cleaning. I don't want to do it.
That's right.
And yet during this pandemic, I became a sex worker. I became a very prominent sex worker. Well, you can find me on Twitter. Oh girl, I milked that cow real quick. During this pandemic because I knew this country was not going to give me the money that I needed. I knew it. So I did what I had to do. But I'm an architect. I'm an architect that's going to make buildings, that's going to make luxury. And I will repeat. And I want you to repeat with me. When I say luxury, I want you to say luxury. Luxury.
Luxury.
Luxury.
Luxury.
Luxury housing.
Luxury housing.
Luxury housing.
Luxury housing.
For black people.
For black people.
For black people.
For black people.
For black people in the Bronx.
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 Yes, that's what I plan on doing. Thank you.
America.
I know my capabilities. And I know how this society works. Right now, I know specifically after this summer that I need to be not in school, but I need to be serving the community, and I need to be learning the community. I need to be learning every aspect of the community. Because quite frankly, I grew up in the projects. I grew up having to see people. Well, if the elevator is not running, because the elevator never did run. The elevator always broke down. I would have to go down the staircase, and what would I see in the staircase? People shooting up, heroin, all types of drugs. I never stepped over those people. I never stepped over those people. And I said, are you okay? As a child at 8 years old, are you okay? You are, I mean, it's 8 in the morning, I'm going to school, are you?
He hablado con el hijo va a sacar un libro de Escudero. Salimos al norte, quiere sacar un libro.
¿Quiero un libro? Me emocioné. ¿Cómo, hermano? Ah, ya. Ah, no cigarro. Ah, está bien, hermano. Está bien.
No, mi hermana se la come.
Hay de todo. ¿Ah? Mira esto, Carlito. ¿Cómo tu hermano?
My logo is fucking, I have to reload that, so. Not doing multi-streaming or the logo right now.
So my fingers are in her bra. And that is the beauty of community. When Michael Jackson said it doesn't matter if you're black or white, he was hooking up us. So, okay, we need to keep people laughing because it's so cold. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna hurry up and hurry the book up. I'll be the last person that speaks. Okay, I promise you. Pretty Jean, I'm the last one that speaks. We need to keep going. It's cold. Okay. Okay, so we heard the drop all charges. And let me tell you what that means. I am somebody who has charges. I am somebody who has federal charges. And let me explain what that means. Oh, that doesn't exist. Cold is cold and frostbite is frostbite. I just figured. Okay, well you're naked, so please. At this point, in this whole another thing, a quick side note. I swear to God, when May and June comes, if all of y'all and your hats and your coats are not wearing a dress, I'm gonna beat y'all. Because we doing this, you know, when we came out here, we were gonna do a ball. Like, we had to be the ones to, you know, dress up. And now at this point, it's like, girl, I need to be out. Boy, nobody can outshine me, but I'm close. You know, I run her up with one or two, you know, I run her up. Okay. Specifically, the cultural system does not work for black or brown people. When you get arrested as a black or brown person, and I speak this as a person who's experienced this, I've watched my father be arrested in front of me. I have watched my father not once, as a 2-year-old, as a 3-year-old, as a 6-year-old, as an 8-year-old, watch my father be arrested. And at one point, I was put in the foster care system because the police officers who arrested my father while I was in the car put me into the foster system and did not bother to find out if I had a mother, if I had a family to go to. I was in the foster system. Because they do not care when it comes to black people being arrested. Like I said before, my father, I wouldn't see my father during the day. I would see him before I went to night, before I went to sleep. What he did at night, what my mother did at night, is none of my fucking business. And it's none of nobody's business what they did to survive, what they had to do to survive. Because I'm sure my father wanted to fly planes. My mother wanted to be a teacher. She wanted to teach children.
La cuestión así está la cosa. Así está la cosa. Así está la cosa. Estamos transmitiendo directo en directo para todo el territorio nacional. El cerco, el pueblo ha querido quiere ingresar a la Plaza de Armas, pero está impedido por las rejas. Hay un fuerte cordón policial, detrás hay otro cordón pueden observarlo. En la parte de atrás hay otro cordón con rejas también, por lo tanto en ambas partes podríamos decir que hay dos cordones de policías que vienen cercando y que no permiten el acceso del pueblo a la plaza de armas. La manifestación pacífica del pueblo se viene dando en estos momentos, está en Pasaje Olaya en este momento, está en Pasaje Olaya, transmite Movimiento Nueva Izquierda para todo el territorio nacional. Una marcha pacífica ciudadana que pide no a la cuarentena.
En esta plaza pública, ante los libertarios, ante los responsables del mundo, ante los demócratas, ante los ciudadanos, retamos con toda dignidad a este gobierno, a todos sus cuadros técnicos, para demostrarles
En las partes de arriba,
que la
arriba moviendo.
y no pueden cerrar la casa de los peruanos porque se les antoja los alrededor morados.
Seguimos observando todo.
No, señor Élice, porque no sé de dónde los señores italianos. Su pueblo italiano. Vamos a defender el Perú, la economía de todos y con toda la educación.
Estamos transmitiendo en directo para todo el territorio nacional la marcha contra la cuarentena del pueblo de Lima. El pueblo de Lima ha salido a protestar en estos momentos contra la cuarentena. A ver, en directo, para todo el territorio nacional transmite Movimiento Nueva Izquierda. Carteles como no a la cuarentena y por acá seguimos transmitiendo, a ver, que vive el pueblo, trabajo digno, vamos, no a la cuarentena, vamos, dale. En vivo y en directo para todo el territorio nacional transmite Movimiento Nueva Izquierda para un nuevo Perú. Estamos por 379 en estos momentos conectados directamente. Vamos, este es el pueblo. El pueblo está por todos lados. Ahí lo ve. Me he puesto de este lado para que lo pueda ver. Así está el pueblo.
No a la cuarentena, sí al trabajo.
Dale, amigo.
No a la cuarentena.
But I was 8 years old when Barack Obama became president. Okay. I'm still grown. Please. And I wrote a few letters. If somebody has my phone, I don't know where it went. I lost all few of them. Okay, so I'm going to write. My mother sent me a picture. And basically, we'll go to that picture. We'll read the letter. Oh, this is a little personal. Dear Barack Obama, I'm an 8-year-old black boy from the Bronx. That is a black boy. And one of my main issues was about animals. I cared a lot about animals. And I said, you know, manatees are, I don't need to explain to you. Manatees are mammals that require warm water. And at warm water, if we can take hoses that take warm water to different parts of the country, then we can help the endangered, manatee animals. I'm sorry, my writing was not the best. And, I was speaking to my sister Nikki and a few other people. I was kind of a dictator. I still am. Quite frankly, who knows better than me? Okay. I don't quite understand why the police are so mean to my daddy. I don't know why I go days without my daddy. My daddy is a strong. You see, that's what we talk. I just heard my sister say black trans woman is sneaking. Okay, anyways. I don't even need to be a. Okay. I don't know why my daddy was taken away at night. I don't know why my daddy was taken away when we were driving home from McDonald's. I don't know why I used to call the police Smurfs. Why the Smurfs would take my daddy I don't know why the Smurfs would make me be quiet. I know exactly how I felt, and I know exactly how I feel right now, and it's the same exact feeling. Because even my dad has so much to learn, as well as my mother. But they know what black liberation looks like. They understand what black liberation looks like. And like so many people in this city, they don't understand what black trans and black queer liberation looks like. But that's why we are here. That's why I have been standing here to educate my black brothers and sisters and siblings. This is what black liberation for all black people looks like. And when we say drop our charges, we need to acknowledge the hypocrisy. Because if you want to say black people are liberated in this country, then you need to acknowledge the hypocrisy. How a white student who was trying to sell information about the US government to Russia could somehow be sent back to her parents? Yeah. Hello, ma'am, you need to control your daughter. But when my father is trying to sell weed, he is beaten. When my father doesn't have an non-expired driver's license, is beaten, arrested in front of his 4-year-old child. You want to try to explain that to me? When you want to, and I don't need to give examples, because white supremacy is full of hypocrisy. White supremacy is full of hatred. It's full of double standards that I pray to God I don't need to explain because I don't want to. Because I could give you examples. I can explain to you my pain. But if you truly believed in my liberation, I wouldn't need to. I wouldn't need to explain to you. I wouldn't need to tell you every story. Because you would just believe me. Because you know in your experience, you've seen how they treated us. I was in a van with white women who were not touched. But I was touched. I was in a van with white trans women who were identified as women. And I was not. And I hope I don't need to speak anymore on that topic. I have my sisters that you don't know of who have taught you. My sisters have taught you who are facing years in prison right now, who are having to struggle right now. And I hope to God I don't need to explain to you what they're going through. They are going through the same things you probably have done in your childhood, but somehow are facing federal charges. They have probably done the same things my co-conspirators have done, but are facing federal charges. And that's not to make you feel attacked. And if you feel attacked, I don't have any room for you here in this space. I don't have enough feeling in this arm because I'm feeling warm, and I know I'm not warm. This arm is really warm for some reason. But I know my sisters are doing the work. And if you see my sisters are not here right now, they are doing the work, and they are trying to make sure that they can continue doing the work because this government is stopping them from doing the work. And I will rush to the point. How can this government persecute people that are doing the work? This government is not working for the people. This government is not working for black people. You keep on holding your face and your city council members. Let me tell you something. If you hold me as a respectable person, if you believe in me and if you hold me as somebody, if you see me as somebody that means something to you, first of all, I don't support, and I need to say this loud enough, to people who still feel that they can talk. White people who are running for any election in this country right now are not helping black people. You should not be supporting white people, specifically in New York City, who is the most diverse city in this country, specifically the diverse city that has the most brown and black people. You should not be supporting any white person who is running for city council, because quite frankly, even the most white person who has moved to this city in the past summer, can a white person actually identify as a New Yorker? Can a white person actually represent a district? I need you to know. Nikki, if I lived in this neighborhood right now, can a white person represent me? If I lived in the World Trade Center, can a white person represent me? If I lived in Times Square, can a white person represent me? No. Okay, and do you identify as a white person? Oh, she does. Okay, so that being said, no matter what district you represent me. You can represent as a white person other poor white people. Oh yes, go to Alabama. In this city, can you represent me? The most oppressed, the most... Well, child, that's another thing. I'm not oppressed. I am oppressed. But I'm going to allow that to identify me. Child, because ain't nobody... I'm still waiting for the day somebody look better than me. I'm still waiting for that day, and I will continue waiting until the day you put a tombstone over my body. Because it's never going to happen. Anyways, but it's cold, and we need to get going. So, this... I wore closed toes because my toes are not feeling anything. Do you mind if I sit down?
Don't mind.
So here's the thing. I'm going to get marching. And there is so many things said about the Stonewall protest. And quite frankly, it's because the Stonewall protest is the only protest that's going on in New York City. And, okay, bitch, can you make some money on this film? We used to be about 15 people. 15 people marching to the West Side Highway and holding space. Oh, with thousands of drivers. Oh, no. Some black trans women, we're gonna hold some space. And you're not gonna go anywhere. That was the legacy of the Stonewall protest. We were the Stonewall protest because there was no other organization or there was no other community that was amplifying black trans and black queer people and black trans and black queer community. And so we came here and we held space. And that right is so important in this step here. And I'm also telling myself this because I am quite cold. And we need to march. And I say this, and I hope I'm reaching to all of you when I say this. And I want to reach to all of you. You are the most amazing people. You are the strongest people. You are making my dreams come true. You are making, the reason why I am standing here looking so vulnerable because I don't want to hold Nikki's hand. I don't want to be cold right now. I don't want to have to wear a jacket right now. But I am so cold. But I am here because I am here for you. Because I know, and this is not deserving applause. I am dressed this way because I know subconsciously it gives you hope. You see some black trans woman up here in a fucking dress? Girl! Well, I might as well keep coming out. If you're that cold and I'm over here in my North Face hoodie, girl, because it's a mutual understanding that I don't think we need to explain. And quite frankly, I'm here to serve the community. I'm here to serve all of us. I don't believe in violence. I believe in what you give is what you get. I will repeat this again, and I need us to repeat each other. Repeat. What you give is what you get. You touch me, I'll touch you. Let me say something. But I'm saying, you touch me, you kicking me, these heels will go right in your jugular. It's not a fair fight. At that point, it's not a fair fight. Fuck with me. Period. We are here for liberation. We are here to drop our charges specifically for the state. Black people are fighting for their lives and somehow facing from brutality. Quite frankly, I would say at Stonewall we have never taken over a capital. White supremacy, lack of education, I don't know. We never taken over the capital. We never even took over the city. No, we took over the sidewalk. Jesus Christ. And somehow, we are met with such hesitation. But we know. I feel like I hope to God I taught y'all why we are met with such hesitation. Do y'all know why we're met with such hesitation? Because we were a Black Lives Matter organization. We are Black Lives Matter people. That's why we are met with such hesitation. And that's why it's so important for us to keep on going. That's why it's so important for us to keep on marching. We need, what you get personal? I need you. I need you. And more love is the new thing. I need you. Because I didn't always dress this way. You made me feel so comfortable to dress this way. You made me feel so accepted to dress this way. Right now. I need you. I need all of you. It is mutual aid. It is community. It is about serving community. We've shown. Even if you think that we still need to vote for. Should I say the names? Yeah. Should I say the people? I don't know. Let me say something. All I know is not tonight. Okay. But there was the people running for city council who couldn't even diffuse a single situation. If they could not defuse an altercation, how can they defuse an altercation between a city council or, how do you say, a district? If you can't stop an argument, or let's say I want to fight Nikki. Okay, Nikki, I'm about to beat your ass. If my city council member cannot defuse this altercation, how can they run a district? How can they run a district? They can't, because we don't need nobody to run districts. There are no districts, there are no borders. It's just fucking people. It's just people. Okay, let me show you. First things first, this space is no space for sexual abusers. And contrary to what many people believe, we do not condone and we do not accept violence in this space. I've had people say, well, you're all about numbers. Child, first of all, I've been marching with Queen Jean since the first day. Because Queen Jean, the first day I was here, is the first day I met her. And I think it was a smaller crowd than this. We've seen smaller crowds. I think 15 people is an exaggeration. Quite frankly, I think we've seen smaller crowds than 15 people. Yep. And we still marched. Numbers do not matter to us because, quite frankly, my life still matters. If you know me, from what people say, I'm a narcissistic dictatorship. And quite frankly, I am. I'm narcissistic and I'm a dictator. Because there's no way you're going to tell me, girl, it's my way or the highway. And you can go the highway's that way. Please, go right ahead. Because I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. And quite frankly, other black people, other white people, you ain't gonna tell me how to fight for my life. Because you don't know how to fight for my life. And that's something you need to understand. And that's something, if a person right over here, if you heard something about the Stonewall protest, I need you to let me know. There is no silence here. It's a dictatorship. But if you feel some animosity, if you feel like I heard something, please let me know. I am not the figurehead of this. You are all the figurehead of this. You are the figurehead of this. We are all. It was never, and I will say this as the person who started this, and not to say, maybe a little lost, but it's not to say I did this because I needed the community involved. Community involvement. If you feel unsure about something, if you've seen something, if you feel unsure, if you feel unsafe, girl, let me know. You can also speak up here. If you're not white, no shade. But like, you can feel comfortable to come up to me. And I hope you do. I honestly hope you do. I honestly hope you feel comfortable enough. It was never, and I will say this as the mission statement, it was really to start housing for black trans people. That was my goal, was not only to raise awareness for black trans people, because nobody else was saying their names. The orgs that you like to follow, they weren't saying the black trans women's names. That's not their fault. But also, at this point, it's their fault. Now, in January 2020, it's their fault. But they weren't saying their names, so I did. Queen Jean did. If you feel any way, I want you to come up to me. I need that constructive criticism. Because quite frankly, if you know what you're doing, that's great. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I am going off of what I know as my own wisdom and my own experience, and what I know can benefit the people that I know. And I hope that y'all understand that. So quite frankly, we need to start marching because I'm losing all types of feelings. I will say, I love y'all. We're going to keep on marching. And for full transparency, there is another going on in another part of the city. We will be joining them. We will be supporting them because, for day one people try to organize things at the same time, on the same day as us. It was annoying. They never they're trying to communicate with us, and these people also are not trying to communicate with us. But that's fine, because girl, when I come up in there, I'm taking over. I love y'all. The causal system does not work for the people. The causal system is healing. Look for the neighbor to your right and say, I will protect you. I will protect you.
If that's just a one-time thing, that's the thing, because a lot of times there'll be a situation where they'll come over and talk and best ways to improve, but it only goes for one march or two marches, and then all of a sudden the whole thing is switched up again, where it becomes overly aggressive out here. And when that happens, it kicks off a whole set of other marches in response to the aggression that happens. And conversations off the thread and also in some of the live streams. And to be totally fair, try to point that it's like 90% of the time, or let's say 85% of the time, the reason things escalate, it's because of the way the police are interacting with the marches. And yeah, the bikers are here to protect the group, to provide safety. They're not here to police the march, as he was saying.
We are taking a fight. When you march, you're not looking at the sidewalk.
Sometimes
If we are in opposition, we will. If there's a crazy person who shot a runner from the water, we're going to say, how y'all feeling, y'all good?
Yeah. Actually, you're gonna turn on all the electric dust.
Yeah, bro, I was gonna hit you up on Instagram, but I was gonna come out.
I was gonna ask you, but like
I was in
I
I had to put my fucking cat down, dude.
Oh, that's dude. Sorry about that.
I wasn't really sure.
I mean, it's nice to see you out here,
Yeah,
though.
man, it's got a fucking sport.
For sure. And I'm glad we're meeting up with the other crowd, because there's stuff
Yeah,
that-
right, the Wall Street.
We also managed to talk a little about the animals and what we were going. After about 35 minutes of talking, everyone became well aware of the situation and they were appalled at how much information was given to them. They were happy to understand the situation. If we managed
Black
Toss our bastards. It's down. Burn it down. Burn it down. Justice. No. Justice. Down. Burn it down. Burn it down. Burn it down. Yeah, a couple of cars actually came over the divider here and made a U-turn back up, which was okay. But you had this car and then the other car with the license plate that started to go out this way, right towards Spikers. I will say NYPD did come over to this car and address that issue also. So.
cups are bastards. All cups are bastards. They don't get no peace. 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 They don't get no peace.
Abolition liberation. 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 Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives tomorrow, now!
past City Hall a couple blocks ago. Marching down Broadway, just like we used to do. Someone said it was like 12 degrees though. I don't believe that. The wind chill or whatever. Park, by the way, that's all lit up. We're occupying Wall Street actually used to be like candles. Plug my charger in anyways. Oh, here's Wall Street though. These like undercover cops over here just waiting. I think so, but yeah, I gotta plug my battery charger in.
Did you know Black Lives Matter only gets active during election years and then windows down to nothing? Yeah, that's the case with every political movement. Our government tries to kind of rise these political movements up during election years. And then the media will stop covering them shortly after the election. I think it's mostly meant to keep people divided. Half the people in the country look at Black Lives Matter like, fuck Black Lives Matter. They did the same thing with the alt-right in like 2015. Half the people in the country are like, fuck the alt-right. They do this all the time. But I still think it's better for people to get out and protest, even as they tend to die down after the elections. We need people to keep coming out, even after the election. The more people that get out, the better.
Standing right now. Oh, okay. Listen. Okay, we will make sure nobody's watching you.
Of the Federal Reserve.
In this space, it holds great significance to the history of this country, Wall Street, where in fact George Washington was inaugurated as president. But this space has no significance to the black people who have built this country. The reason that this country is the center of capitalism, the reason why this country has birthed capitalism was because this country owns human beings. It is because this country forced black people, African people from the African continent to come here and be their slaves. This country, the place, the land that we are sitting on right now is the center of racist slavery, capitalism. And we are made to believe that this is the center of our nation's history, that this is the center of our nation's strength. But quite frankly, this week alone, these past few days, we have shown capitalism that black people in this country have more power than you could ever imagine. Right now, we hold the money in our hands. We hold the power that they have made us to believe that we don't have. We hold it. We own it. They have made us to believe that we are less than, that we are ugly, that we are inferior. But quite frankly, they are afraid of our power. They are afraid of our money. They have made us believe that we are poor, that we are lazy, that we are worthless. But quite frankly, the black dollar is the most powerful dollar in this world right now.
Because the white man, the white woman wants to look like us. The white person wants to be us. The white person wants to exude in our culture, wants to live in our culture, but still oppress us. And we are here to say that we now will officially declare our power. We officially will let you know that we will now no longer suppress our power. That we are here declaring our lives. And if you think that you will gain money, if you think you will gain power by arresting us, by making us belong in your prisons that you've created to suppress only the black person, we are here to laugh in your faces, because I will no longer allow my black siblings to be put in your prisons. Because your prisons were made to suppress the black person. Your prisons were made to make sure that the black person sees no wealth, sees no happiness, sees no pursuit of happiness. And so it is so important for us to stand here on these steps, to hold space on these steps, and to mock and laugh at the country that you tried to create, the country that we are now overthrowing, because we refuse to abide by these racist, white supremacist laws that you put upon us. And I guarantee you, my siblings, my black siblings, will no longer be put in chains, no matter what you want to disguise it as. My black siblings will no longer be suppressed by the white supremacy that you instill in them. My black siblings are fighting for their lives right now, and you choose to continue to make them see like the villains. And I will no longer allow that. We will no longer allow that. And that's why we are here today on these steps, in this space, to let you know that we are not gone. Our fight continues. And right now, I would like for you to please welcome, please acknowledge my brother, my sister, my sibling, Shadow. Repeat after me, everybody. Say, I believe. I believe that. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. I believe that we will win. In addition to all that my good sister has said here, if you are not privy to what is happening in the news right now, Wall Street is in a crisis. Wall Street is in a significant crisis right now because normal people, we being the normal ones, have figured out the loophole. People are buying up stock like never before and causing hedge funds to foreclose. The money is being returned to the people. Let us be clear that this is making them so infuriated that they have closed the stock for today. That they have declared that this is illegal. The same practices that they use to establish their wealth, they are claiming that because we now know the knowledge that it is illegal. Be clear about what is happening in this country at this moment. Their systems on every turn are crumbling right before their eyes, and they cannot stand it. Cheer for us. Cheer for us. Make noise for us. Make noise for yourself. Make noise. Let them know that we will not stop until every single one of these systems comes tumbling down. Whether it be by fire, whether it be by hand, these systems will cease to exist. When we say abolition now, not tomorrow now, we mean that. That is a cry of our heart day in and day out. And when that day comes, when that victory comes, when we are able to see the new world that we have been so tirelessly fighting for, that is not time to rest. That is time to build anew. That is time to take one another by the hand and pull one another up so that we are able to see what it is that we have been fighting for, what it is that we have been crying for, what it is that we have been in chains and in bondage for years, for centuries. We have had enough. Say I. Say I. Say I believe. Say I believe. I believe that we will win. I believe that we must win. But more importantly, I believe that we have already won. That's right. I'll say to you. Oh God.
We already won, bitch!
More.
We already won, bitch!
But we are blessed with what we have been received. Right, hello. That being said, I would like for us to welcome Miss Queen G.
Fuck Wall Street. Fuck Wall Street.
But I think our friend George Washington right here needs to hear something from a black trans woman.
George Washington.
What's up, old Preston George? How you doing? Hey, Rock Line! Rock Line! Thank you so much, fam. Thank you, Shadow. That is beautiful. I believe that we must win. I believe that we must win. There's a promise that will be returned into fruition. So I make the most of that, please. Family, it is so important while we are out here. It is important for us to receive praise for liberation. It is important and right for our liberation. As we stand here, you know we are so intimidated. Oh yes, you can write in your numbers, you can afford, you can make all the way that you want. But know that we are here! You cannot drown us out. You cannot bully us out. You cannot beat us down. You cannot beat us down because our spirit grows each day and day after. We continue to manifest more power. What you don't realize is as you beat us, we continue to grow strength. As you beat us, as you bully us, we continue to grow stronger. We will be more stronger. Langston Hughes has something so powerful that I too sing America. When company comes, they send me to the back to eat. But I eat and grow strong. One day that they will see and be ashamed that I am beautiful and that I too sing America.
Period.
That I too sing America! Oh yes, George, you would not believe in your wildest imagination that some black trans, black queer people will be holding space and taking over. You don't believe it, George? It is our reigning season. It is our reigning season because we have the power. The people, we have power. What we are doing, what we are manifesting is a real change. Come on, Sister Josephine. We're going to send it up. Pushing the new law, the old law, the white supremacy, the bylaws that you created that only really addressed your needs. It did not address the needs of all American people. It did not address the needs of any black people. It did not address all the injustices that y'all have done to indigenous people. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame. But the beauty the victory. Our redemption song is being sung right now. Right now. This is opportunity. This is the time that we grow. As Biden said, we have much work to do. As Biden said, we have much to heal, much to grow. We the people will continue to heal. We the people will continue to grow. We will multiply. Because what we are doing is changing. We are creating real, permanent change. And that change looks like you and me. That leadership looks like you and me. We will not put hope and promise into false prophets. We will not put hope into community members, council members, as my sister eloquently says, who will not even split up a fight, who will not defend black trans people in the face of the enemy. So when they are succumbing to fear, when they are the ones that will never truly acknowledge that we too are your family, we too are Americans. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black queer lives matter. Black trans lives matter. Black non-binary. Black non-binary. As we said before, family, there is no good cops. There is no good police. What they do is that they are policing, they are restricting, they are cutting us off. They will do everything in their power to eliminate the growth, to eliminate the prosperity, to eliminate any true liberty that we have. But what they don't realize is, darling, you cannot give me freedom. You cannot give me liberty. You cannot give me peace. Because it is something that I possess. I possess power. I possess love. I possess black trans power. And darling, we are going to sit on you. We are going to crush white supremacy. We will dismantle any and all racist, oppressive systems. Black lives, black queer, black trans, black women, black children, black men, black families, trans families, non-binary families, gender non-conforming families. We all are welcomed here. We all are empowered here. This is our time. Family, this is the time that we will make change. This is the time that our civilization will heal. We will no longer accept any white supremacy. We will no longer accept any charges. So we have declared today that we are going to drop the charges. They will and they must drop all charges. We will drop all charges. It is unacceptable that black people, black queer and trans people who are fighting for their dignity, fighting for their lives, are being put in jail, are being beaten. That feels like slavery. That feels like the very thing that we've been fighting for the last 400 years. Because while there is no whip on our back, while there is no noose around our neck, there is a foot on our necks, and we will prevail. Black lives! Message. Hold on, we have one more. Come on, we have one more blessing. Come on, baby. You better push through. Make some more room for Shadow.
I'm sorry. I would be remiss if I didn't speak about what it means literally to drop charges. Okay. There are a plethora of us, myself included, who have been subjected to this wretched system since May of last year. Many of you don't know, but I showed up here every Thursday with the home detention monitor bracelet around my ankle. Every single Thursday. Why? Because this is more important than I would scream liberation of black trans lives, the liberation of black queer lives, the liberation of black non-binary lives, the liberation of black lives, because that was more important than any single thing that they can put onto my body to try to silence my voice. I would disappear around 9:45, 10 o'clock, because I had curfew at 11 o'clock, from 11 to 6. Okay. And while for some folks, some of our self-proclaimed allies, if they had gone through a similar situation, that may have stopped them from showing up to a space such as this. But because I am fighting not only for my black life, but for all black lives, I knew that I had to show up every single Thursday, and not even just Thursday, but at every single protest that I could make it to ensure that my voice was heard, regardless of what the system tried to do to silence me. So when we say drop all charges, we are not speaking of people who are not in this space, but we are speaking of people that you are intimately sharing space with. We are speaking of people who literally are sacrificing day in and day out their freedom. Because guess what? Had I had any interaction with a cop throughout any of that time I was on home detention, and even now, because my case is still not finished, and not think a second about my life. So understand, when we say drop the charges, when we say abolition now, we mean that from the depths, from the very depths of our being. We mean those things. So anyone who is out here who thinks that this is a circus, who thinks that this is something that we just do because we like, because we're masochists, if you will, that is not the truth of this. The truth of this is the fact that day in and day out for our black lives. That is why we say we are not asking for allyship, because allyship separates you from, which is black liberation. We need co-conspirators. We need people who are willing to put their lives on the line, who are not black, who have time to rest, so that we have time to think about what our next moves are, so that we have time to build community how we want to see community built. Week after week, my good sister Joelle, they labor, Monday to Thursday, laboring to make space for everyone to be able to express themselves, for everyone to be able to come together for black liberation. And from Thursday to Sunday, they are laboring. What will we speak about next week? What topic is most important for next week? They have no rest. So understand that when they step onto this platform, when they share space with us all, it is not for your benefit to just pour from their well and not pour back into them. For any black person that stands in front of you, it is not for your benefit to pour from their well and not pour back into it. The labor is not ours to do. The labor is not incumbent upon us. The labor is not for us to do.
About, and what does this mean for our future? Both economically, both in terms of the stock market, but also in terms of digital organizing, in terms of internet communities, etc. And so I'm really excited. We've got a pretty good lineup stacked up, and of experts, people on the left, people who run major Twitch streams, and so I'm really stoked to be having a collective of different thoughts and everything that's coming on to talk about this. And so I'm really excited about that, and I'm really excited to kind of chat with you all about what's going on, and also for folks who have no idea what is happening, or just know something crazy is happening with GameStop and everyday people and the stock market and hedge funds, and what does this even mean? I'm happy to say that we're bringing on some wonderful experts, and I'm just going to
So when you think about coming against people who are literally and tirelessly giving of themselves, when you question whether or not Joel should take a trip, when you question whether he should be able to take a day off, remind yourself that you are not the one pouring out yourself every week. That you are not the one giving of yourself stays alive. Because let's be clear, as all the other protests have dwindled off, have gone into silence, have gone into hiding, up every single Thursday. Every single Thursday to ensure that what? Black Lives Matter! So before you go and question whether or not these beautiful people should take some time for R&R, ask yourself, have you gotten out of your rest and restoration, R&R? Ask yourself, did you get out of your bed and galvanize people together for a movement? Ask yourself, did you get out of your bed and ensure that folks had housing? Ask yourself, did you get out of your bed and ensure a couple dollars was in somebody's pocket so that they can get a little hot something to eat? Ask yourself what the hell you have done. But be clear, that is not to compare yourself to anybody. Because the work that we are doing is not to be compared to that of another person. Do what it is that you can do. But it is not your place to question what somebody else is doing. Let alone a black trans person who shouldn't be doing anything but ensuring that they are able to survive past 35. Hello, somebody. Clear about why you are here, because this work is hard. Being an abolitionist and a student of abolition is difficult. We do not have the answers to what our new world looks like, but every single day we are coming together to figure it the fuck out. So while you're operating in your same old America about what humanity is, about what community is, we are coming together to say fuck all of that. There is some deep work that we have to do. Collectively, but most importantly individually, to see our new world realized. A world without cops. A world where we are actively and efficiently. A world where when we are violent toward one another, because don't get it confused. A new world does not mean that there won't be violence. But we are able to communicate with one another about the transgressions that we have taken toward that other person. And we are able to rectify those situations and take atonement for our own sins and transgressions. To be able to really grow and bloom into the world that we want to see. This world is not about the future. It's not about the children that are to come. This world is about right now. This world is not about what is to come. We have been so conditioned to think about the future and think about the children. That is how we get stationary. That is how we get stagnant into what it is that we are supposed to be doing. When we talk about liberation, I'm talking about my own liberation, not the liberation of my children or my siblings, as in my younger siblings. Not everybody that's out here. Hello. I'm talking about me experiencing liberation, me experiencing freedom. And I want all of us to have that same mentality. You should want to be out here for your own freedom and liberation. Because if we are thinking about what it is we can do for other people, we get a God complex. And that God complex is a false reality. The reality is, nobody is God for another person. Though God rests in all of us,
say that!
that is for us to be able to ascend to our own personal higher self. And once you achieve your own personal higher self, then you are able to really see the humanity of other people and your own humanity at that as well. Then we are able to really build, excuse me sir, with the bread, hello? You with the bread, you keep walking, let me tell you, talking to your own personal higher self, then you are able to really see the humanity of other people and your own humanity at that as well. Then we are able to really build, excuse me sir, with the bread, hello, you with the bread, you keep walking, somebody grab him. Let me tell you something, people who are walking past and recording, if you are not going to stand with us, delete the fucking footage. And the white hoodie, I was talking to you and I know you heard me. And that is also something that's so important for us to do. When we see people trying to make a mockery of what it is that we are out here doing, you check them on the spot. You tell them, your little social media post is not getting anything from our liberation. Delete that shit right the fuck now. Because I am literally putting my life on the line while you are sitting and thinking that it's a joke. It don't get that. And I ain't got it on me. Now back to my point. It is incumbent upon us to do the internal shadow work, no pun intended, to do the shadow work of healing ourselves, of healing our inner demons. Because until we do that, we will continue to project our own demons onto other people. Do the work for yourself. Because you showing up here every Thursday not doing the internal work, it means nothing. Do the work. Go home, study, figure out what it is about you that you feel melancholy, that you feel joyous, that you feel depressed, that you feel excited. Do the work to figure out who it is that you are. Because until you do that, showing up here every Thursday and exclaiming that Black Lives Matter without making the motions and seeing what Black Lives Matter means in praxis, it means nothing. Internal work, meeting physical work, is the guide toward transformation. Understand that. You can't just hear us speak. You can't just hear them speak and exhaust their labor and go home and say, oh, Thursday was just so amazing. I had such a great time. I can't wait to go next Thursday. You're making a mockery of what we are actually here doing. Do the work to transform yourself from the inside out. Otherwise, you are wasting space.
Oh no, you're good.
You are wasting time. And even though time is a social construct, we have no time to waste. And what? Trans time. Hello, somebody. Black lives. Black lives. Black lives. But what does that really mean to you? What does that really mean for you to say such things? How do you step into that every single day? How do you sleep with that at night? Black lives! Is that simply an exclamation for you? Or is that something that is near and dear to your heart? Black lives! Breathe in this moment. And understand that I don't exhaust labor often. But when I'm called upon by my sister, I bring myself to a place to be able to pour.
Who may not have been on Reddit before, it's your first time, going on it or checking it out this week. Bless you if that's you. You are incredibly blessed to not be exposed to some aspect and also just be like crazy on the internet. But for those of us who are crazy on the internet, really understand how these community actions have really organized to create and manifest essentially on the stock market. I'm trying to see I'm trying to see again if they've been able to fix this issue. Okay, my desktop. 1 second, y'all.
Their systems are imposing upon themselves. And that's by us simply showing up week after week and standing in solidarity with one another. But again, standing in solidarity means nothing if you're not doing the internal work at home, offline. You're not saying anything. Do y'all know? That's a nice little warm little thing in your belly. Who started the Stonewall protest, and not just by name, but you know their story. Do you know their history? Do you know if they have family that is still alive? Do you know if they have family that is still doing the work? Do you know? Are you aware? If you're not doing the work, there are things that I have to do. I can't just get in front of y'all and just say do the work and I don't study myself. I study. Just because I'm black don't mean I know it all. Trust. Just because you're black don't mean you know it all. Trust. There is misogyny war that needs to be eradicated. Yes, talk about it. There is prejudice that needs to be eradicated. There is hatred that rests in each and every one of us that needs to be eradicated. We have been conditioned so thoroughly by this nation to believe that everything they have said is true. But even all of us who are out here have at least once said, that don't make no damn sense. In 1492, what happened? Christopher Columbus did what? He sailed the ocean blue and discovered America. Why? African folks have been in America prior to Christopher Columbus's arrival.
All right, y'all. I gotta put my hands in my pockets. I don't have gloves today. But thanks for tuning in. Shadow's giving an amazing speech. But I'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in again.
Scholars are doing the work. So for you to sit by in ignorant bliss you don't want to see change or transformation. You enjoy being a cog in the wheel. I don't. That's not the life I'm trying to live. To get up here every day, or to go outside every day and declare that I am a non-binary individual is violence on myself, right? People look at me on the train when I choose to wear a skirt or heels or whatever the case is, and they see this face. I have a mustache, and sometimes I have a goatee, you know what I'm saying? I was born in the boring. And folks literally look at me and they're like, what the hell is that? And while they see weird or whatever the fuck they want to say, weird is not a bad thing to me. I'm weird as fuck. But the reality is, every single day I show up as my full self, and thank you to Stonewall for allowing me to realize and actualize who I am. But every day I choose to show up fully as that person, I am calling violence upon myself in this wretched system. At any given point, somebody can haul off and punch me dead in the face because of how I choose to exist. They wouldn't get too far, because a bitch like me. I'm not from New York, okay? I'm from Missouri. The show me state. I'll smack a bitch. Allegedly. Hello? But each of Queen and Joelle and queer folk who show up as themselves day in and day out are calling violence upon themselves. But guess what? It's for our liberation. Because we will be liberated. All of these binaries and structures that this society has situated will literally be eradicated. But it's incumbent upon all of us doing the work. We can't just call ourselves out or call ourselves in. You have to call yourself in to liberation as well. Black lives! Black lives! Black lives! Black children! Black women! Black queer! Black non-binary! Black trans! Black lives! Ashe.
Well, I think she said it all. Right? Okay. But before we go, I would like to say how Black trans people show up for themselves is something that you cannot speak on. Because you cannot speak on our liberation. But we can speak on yours because we are the most oppressed people in society. And until you realize that, we will continue to be out here fighting for our lives. So right now, we will continue to be here every Thursday. We knew this day was going to come. We knew 18-degree weather was going to come. We're still out here. And we're going to keep on being out here continuously through the summer. That being spikers, thank you to our sound team, to musicians, to our medics, to our safety team, to our security team. Thank you so much to our community. Thank you. Thank you. You continue to prove your strength. Thank you so much. Today we made capitalism. We showed that we do not believe in capitalism. Thank you, and please get home safe. The J and the Z trains are right here. The 2 and the 3 trains are down the block. Please get home safe. We love
You can't stop the revolution. Dude, I wish you had seen this. You're not saying anything.
That's why I got up behind him,
Mic check, mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Hey family, so if anyone has gotten any extra flags or a speaker, please just come up here to the front and we'll take them. Thank you so much. Thank you, family. ACAB, all cops are bastards. 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 Fucking louder than y'all. ACAB, all cops are bastards. ACAB, all cops are bastards. ACAB, all cops are bastards. Got it. Looks like a soccer hooligan. I love it. Give me that energy, bro. He did that shit. He ran those shit. Oh, I love that energy. Woo! Feel me? There he is. I have another.
My bad. You good? What we got here, Alex? This is some Polish nationalist lady who shows up to these and live streams them on YouTube. That's who they're yelling at.
No one's intimidated by you. We just fucking hate you. Hide behind the top. You have enough balls to fight for what you believe in. You're fucking right. Come over here. You're not intimidated. You're not fucking dead.
What?
Watching us. California, everybody, anything we do.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you.
I chased them out here.
All right.
But I live up chasing out the hood.
Good to know. Good to know, G.
Wait, hold on. Let me make sure I get Tara's face on video.
camping ordinances. You know, and then they discourage people from using their private property to house people on their private property, like Darren's property. Okay, like Darren's housing people or providing an area for people to live at his property, but then the city comes along and they say, hey, you're violating all these ordinances. You can't have tarps, you can't have tents, you can't have garbage cans, whatever, you can't have this, that, you can't fucking make a garden on city property, you can't put this and that because of whatever reason. Okay, we have got a serious damn problem. All right, so again, Salt Lake City and whoever the crap you are, freaking Michelle Hoon, it's like when I'm listening to her, it reminds me of when I used to be a framing contractor and I hired these BYU students, and these BYU students would always tell me, like, they would always give me advice. Oh, you need to be doing this. You need to be doing this. You need to be doing this way, that way, whatever. And I'm sitting here thinking, dude, you're in fucking school. You don't know what you're talking about. Maybe it works in theory, but I've been doing this for whatever, 15, 20 years. You can't tell me how to freaking frame a house because I know how to freaking frame a house. This is what it felt like Michelle talking, like she knows what she's talking about. She doesn't understand the practical nature of this. She doesn't understand reality, the realities of these things, just like most of our culture doesn't understand the reality out here. They always are making these false assumptions, these assumptions that just do not work, do not hold true. There are never true. All of these assumptions, all of these stereotypes and prejudice or whatever, they are always 100% false. Okay, maybe there's some truth in something, I don't know. But anyway, again, dear Salt Lake, I guess I don't know who brought all these pallets, and there's pallets all over the place, but thank you to everybody who provides pallets. Thank you for everybody who provides food. Thank you for everybody who shares the message. Thank you for everybody who brings out firewood. Thank you to everybody who gives a damn and does something about our relatives who are unsheltered, especially in the wintertime, okay? Anyway, so I'm gonna try and get on this meeting or whatever, but I love y'all. And Salt Lake City, you're failing. Salt Lake County Mayor, you're failing. Utah, you're failing. Our whole damn culture's failing. United States of America's failing. This is the United States of America. This isn't just happening in Salt Lake City. This is the whole. This is a nationwide epidemic. Okay, this is nationwide. And why is it nationwide? Because our culture is nationwide. Because we got a culture of capitalism. We got a culture, a colonial culture that puts like a hierarchy of people, depending on their economic status, and then their economic status and all their. If they have the money, then they're just they use their money to make money, and it's all just a freaking. It's a joke, y'all. Y'all are living in a joke. If y'all think that you can make it or whatever, like actually make it, like all these. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that. I'm done. Anyway, love y'all. Go do something. Be ready to freaking. Sorry, I should be going, but I don't want to go because I got something to say. Here's what I want to say: is again, all city offices, all city buildings, all city property, all city. Parks, all city bathrooms, all of those are city owned, taxpayer paid, whatever. So open them all up, figure it out how you want to let people in, figure out how you want to secure these places, figure out how you're going to keep them safe, also from COVID safe. Figure it out, do something. Y'all have been sitting on this freaking Rio Grande project that's been going on for freaking years and years and years and years, and you get this money and you do what the hell do you do with it? You spend it on police, you spend it on freaking prisons. Like you're spending a minimum amount of all of that money as a total on the actual people and actually solving the problem and actually making some freaking housing. You mow down the road home that provided, rooms for so many people, and then you mow it down and you still haven't done a damn thing in that area. All you've done is just you started your gentrification process. You did what you wanted to do. You did what the people who were making money. You did what the real estate people wanted. You got rid of people, and so that y'all, them, they, whatever can make their damn money. They can make their money off of new buildings, off of new apartments, off of whatever. Again, it's all about money. This is the culture. We got a culture of people giving a shit about money more than giving a shit about people. It's freaking disgusting. It's effing disgusting. And I don't even know if the mayor's gonna I don't even know. You know what? If y'all can just share this damn message, this will be better. If you just share the damn message, you know, and if you can be prepared, you know, to do something at these city buildings or whatever, freaking, you know, like we've got to be aggressive, you know, and I don't know what this aggressiveness looks like, but we have got to be aggressive. We've got to do something. Oh, that's another thing that she said. She's like, these things take time. These things, there's like bureaucracies and people, you got to work with this and that and whatever. Okay, well, if the city is going to be this big bureaucratic nightmare, which understandable that it is, then we as a people have the moral responsibility to freaking bypass all that shit, get rid of the damn city, get rid of the damn city government, get rid of the damn state government, get rid of the damn United States of America government, and do something about it. And while I'm at it, if y'all are not indigenous, then really you cannot establish your own government, okay? I'm just gonna say that. If you're not indigenous to the location where you're at, you have no right to make up your own damn government. Just so you know, okay? I mean, it sounds good, and you're all probably thinking, oh yeah, that sounds good, okay? But what's gonna happen is, if you're not indigenous and you set up your own government and you do those things, you're doing the same damn thing that colonialism did in the first place, okay? Again, we gotta freaking really check ourselves, check what we're doing, all right? So, you know, I think about all these people who are complaining about all these executive orders, and Democrats and Republicans and whatever. They're always like complaining about each other and what they would do or whatever. Y'all want to know what you should do? You should ask the indigenous people what the fuck you should do, okay? That's what you need to do. Because honestly, if you're not indigenous, your voice doesn't mean anything unless it falls in line with the indigenous people to the area to which you live, okay? Simple. Very, 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 very simple, okay? Unless your ideologies do not align with the indigenous people, you are doing the exact same thing that colonialism did. You are plopping yourself down and making yourself the standard, all right? And yeah, it doesn't sound good, but for a lot of people, because a lot of people like to remain in their privilege and be, you know, and they don't want whatever they have has going. Oh shit. Anyway, okay, Lou, I'm on it, like Blue Bonnet. But like I said, you're not gonna listen to me, but I'll listen to what they have to say. Hopefully, I don't know. But Salt Lake City's effing failed. Okay, our culture has effing failed. We as a people have effing failed. We failed our relatives. We continue to fail our relatives. That being said, there are people that are doing good things. Again, people are doing good things. People are making things happen. People are trying to help people out. I acknowledge that. Okay, I'm not trying to be total 100% down on everybody and everything, because I don't want to do that, okay? People are doing good things. But we all need to be doing more, you know, myself included, everybody. We've all got to do more. We've all got to do more, okay? Like we can't stop until this damn thing is done. All right? Like, oh my gosh. Fudge. This is so discouraging. Michelle Hoon and freaking yeah. Again, Michelle Hoon reminds me of these BYU students who used to tell me, you know, how things are supposed to be, tell me how to freaking make stairs like the proper way, or how to freaking do frame walls or whatever. No, you don't know. I've been doing it. I've done it, you know. I know. I live it. I've done the same damn mistakes. I've done the same I've tried to practice the same theoretical things that you've done or whatever. It's all jacked, okay? Like, come and be a part of the community, you know? Be a part of it if you're gonna freaking talk about it, okay? I don't even know how much of a part. Hey, okay. Anyway. Alright, I'm done. F this. Anyway. What's up?
Hey! I'm just over here with Maya, she's getting hot cocoa, just gonna walk over here with me.
What's going on?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm live. Can you talk and say what's going on here? Or do you want?
I can't.
You don't want to? What?
I can't say anything. Sorry.
You can't? Okay. Can anybody say what's going on here? No.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah. All right. Anyway, the bottom line is people are doing good things. People are doing damn good things. Okay. But our culture as a whole continues to fail because we keep freaking perpetuating the system of capitalism, the system of freaking businesses and profits over people. We still don't have affordable health care or free health care. We still don't have affordable housing or free housing. You know, there's all of these things that we still don't have. We still don't have free education. Okay, like if we're gonna be a better people, we gotta be educated. You know, it's so interesting, like how so many people are like scared of like free education and people going to college for free. And I don't give a shit if you freaking worked your ass off and you had to pay millions of dollars, thousands of dollars to go to college. Does that mean that somebody else has to do the same thing that you did? God, it's like, damn it. Like, I think about my kids, you know, my kids, you know, some of my kids would complain because my other kids have certain things. Well, F it, be happy for those other ones, you know, be happy for them, you know. It's like everyone wants everything to be like, you know, that you can't like, God damn it. If you lived a certain way, you know, if you had to do all this sacrifice and other people don't, you know, what, I mean, isn't that cool, you know? So again, this is what I'm talking about. We need free education, free housing, free freaking water, free healthy water. You know, it's like all of these things that we can do. We can do this as a society. We can do it. But we got freaking cities that are getting in the way. Cities are getting in the way because cities are getting paid. Or cities are having like influenced by all these contractors and all these people who want to sell all their shit or whatever, and we've gotten so damn big as a freaking people and like as a culture that we have to make up these jobs that are like meaningless. So many people have like meaningless jobs that really don't add practical value to the world, but we have to do that because we have to find some way to make money. Everyone has to find some way to make money, so we make all these stupid jobs that don't mean a damn thing. Where, you know, if we would have just lived like indigenous people lived before, if we could have just lived in a community where we could be self-sustainable, where we didn't have this big old damn city right here, you know, we could have been self-sustaining, you know, and we could have practical jobs. We could live in a practical way. We wouldn't have all this environmental disaster that's going on, you know. We wouldn't have problems with our bad, ugly environment, you know, like air quality, water quality, sanitation quality, all these things. This is all a product of the Industrial Revolution. It's all a product of capitalism. It's all a product of, like, people needing to do like finding any kind of job, any kind of thing that they can do so that they can make money, you know. Fuck. Yeah. Anyway, I'm part of it too. I recognize that. I'm a part of it too. I'm a fucking hypocrite. I get it. You know? Freaking let's acknowledge these things. Let's freaking try and change the whole damn system. The whole damn system needs to get fucking like flipped upside down. You know? Abolish it. Abolish fucking the United States. Abolish Salt Lake City. Let's do it. You know, I have no idea how that looks. But again, if you're going to abolish something, you better make sure that indigenous people are, their voices are heard and that you're following their prerogative, their divine prerogative to their location. All right? That's something that people don't think about, you know? That's something that people don't think about. And it has nothing to do with indigenous people being better or anything like superior. It has to do with indigenous people were here first, and the divine put indigenous people here to take care of the place. So, okay? That's what it has to do with. It doesn't have to do with that. Everybody is indigenous to somewhere. Everybody is indigenous to somewhere. Everybody. Okay? Just because, you know, just because your family, your relatives moved here 10 years ago, 20 years ago, your pioneer relatives came here however many generations ago, that doesn't mean shit. Okay? They're indigenous to somewhere. All of our roots are indigenous somewhere. My indigenous roots are not to freaking Salt Lake City. My indigenous roots aren't to freaking Utah County. My indigenous roots are not from here. No, not. They're not, okay? Sick of it. I'm effing sick of it. Gotta freaking break down some damn walls. Gotta break down some damn walls. It's a listening session. Listening session. Are they going to listen to us? Are they going to? Or are we listening to them? Barb, are we listening to them? Maybe someone can just tell me what the hell they say. I don't know. I'm not a good guy. Y'all wrote some things. Well, yeah, we have common origins for sure. For sure. This goes back to my emphasis that we're all related. We're damn all related for sure. We all started as one group, but this group has like migrated and gone to different places, you know. So every time we went to a different place, we were the first people to those places. Indigenous people, you know, the people that we colloquially know as indigenous people to here, were the first people to here, okay? And if some people are gone and some cultures or whatever left, fine, they left, okay? But do we know who they are? Or, you know, like a lot of people assume like the Anasazi people, which they're not Anasazi, they're ancestral Puebloan people, like they left and they didn't come back. Like, that's my people. You know, that's the Hopi people. We're the ancestral Puebloans, okay? So just because people left those certain places doesn't mean that they're not back or just not here. I'm freaking hungry too. You can't call in or anything? Okay, so F that. F that. So here's the damn jam. Here's the damn jam. Salt Lake City, open up all of your city property. Whatever the hell you own, whatever the hell you maintain, open it all up. I don't care. Open up your damn cars, your police vans, fucking everything. Like, open it all up, you know? And then freaking sit in that corner, so to speak, and think about it. Think about what you can do, you know, until you can get your shit back, okay? Think about it. Think about what you're doing, you know, put yourself, you know, in a situation where you have to freaking actually accomplish something. You have to freaking take care of something until, you know, you get your own comforts back, okay? Because that's really what we should be doing, all of us. We should be freaking sacrificing some kind of comfort for, you know, I keep on saying this. I like all we're trying to do here, all we're trying to do is keep people alive. And then the comfort comes after that. But at a bare minimum, we're trying to keep people alive. Alive. Fuck, I'm hungry. I keep fucking swearing because I'm so pissed. Alright, I'm done.
But Citadel pays for Robinhood's order flow. And strangely enough, or maybe not so strangely, one of the hedge funds that Wall Street Bets was very excited about blowing up, Melvin Capital, was rescued by Citadel after it blew up. So Citadel is paying for the order flow on Robinhood, which is driving up the price of the stock, which crashed one hedge fund. And then Citadel sort of bought that hedge fund on the cheap after it crashed.
And so, you know, for folks at home, so that we can put these dots together, because I think this is an important relationship for us to communicate and map out with you. So basically, also what you're saying now is that you've got Melvin Capital, right? Melvin Capital is the hedge fund that was shorting GameStop. They were the folks that were saying, we're going to make a ton of money. We're going to make a ton of money off of GameStop's stock going down. Wall Street Bets comes in, potentially with folks on Wall Street looking at what Wall Street Bets is doing to kind of supercharge this activity and say, you know what, we're going to make the stock go up, which would, of course, put Melvin Capital into an extraordinarily compromised position, which would essentially prompt them to get bailed out by one of the groups known as Citadel. Now, okay, so Citadel then swoops in as one of the actors to bail out Melvin Capital, but Citadel's owner also co-founded